Green light.
Is my video delayed?
Your video
No,
comes after.
See,
Your audio comes after your video.
we're able to tell it's delayed because your video is faster. Your video is moving in real time.
Okay, so I will raise my hand if I need to talk, so we're not like waiting 10 seconds after. Yeah.
Okay. We'll give that a shot.
Not like in general.
No,
It's been, like when we're having conversation.
You don't need to treat this like a fucking high school classroom, bro.
Teach. Hey, yo.
Socratic seminar. Me?
Yes, you.
Try not to spit Pepsi on my new
gosh.
microphone.
Just
Oh.
spit over it.
That's a good use of
Microphone
$50.
Microphone has a spit kink. That was a terrible delay. I was sitting here waiting for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, you just started laughing. We just saw you start laughing in the middle of that, and you were still talking about it being delayed. That's why I'm saying the delay is weird.
It's been there every episode. It's just particularly
mom's
bad
weird.
today.
That's not very nice.
Like, bro, the audio only people are gonna be like, damn, is this dude stupid? He's taking like 10 seconds to respond.
That's what I'm worried about. It's an audio podcast. Of course I'm worried about delay.
Oh man.
Don't worry about time.
Time is relative, or so they say. So is the human experience. One day you can be happy, one day you can be sad. Time is relative to the human experience, I think. You see, some days it feels like the longest day ever, but some days seem like they're over in a blink. Oftentimes, the happiest moments seem to be gone instantly, but the sad moments seem to be extended. It seems as though, even though time can control us, humans have small control over time as well. What I'm saying is, even though things may be different now, they'll be very different in the future, as time is ever changing, ever flowing. Even though this is really hard now, it'll feel really good at the end. That's also what I said to your mom. Welcome to Times Like These podcast.
That was beautiful.
Great start.
Times
That was
Like
amazing.
These, the only podcast on the internet. I'm your host Neelob. I'm with my co-hosts Garrett, Jonah, and Brendan. How are you sirs doing today?
Doing so good.
After having sex with your mom.
I'm feeling great. Oh, and he turned on the blue to incorporate the sex with your mom.
All that shit was straight off the top, by the way.
I felt that energy. That was amazing, incredible. I'm doing good.
Right.
I got a new mic. It's a little apparatus over here. It's taking up all of my desk. I don't know how I'm going to do anything other than podcasting anymore. But yes, that is the sacrifice.
We will say now, for both video and audio listeners, for everyone, Jonah's audio is quite delayed.
And
So-
everyone can finally
10
notice.
seconds.
Yeah. So if he responds after a few seconds, he isn't slow. His mic is slow.
Yeah, if for those on YouTube who like pay attention to the description, on YouTube specifically, I add a little like editor's note thing, and I say like, "Hey, what's up? Hope you guys are doing well." And a couple times I'll list if there's like, if someone's audio is delayed or if someone's audio is a little too loud. My screen looks really weird; it's like glitching out, but you can't even see that, so it looks like I'm just stroking out.
I saw in the last episode you put in the description to like clarify about the dream situations. Like, we apologize in case there's any misinformation that we didn't.
I don't want any sort of like mob
Yeah.
to try and fucking execute a street style. I'm just trying to clarify. We were
Trying to get
only
canceled as
told
fast as possible.
Man,
What
you
are we
hear
talking about?
controversy, I
Told-
hear attention.
Exactly.
we were only told a given amount of information. So
By our team. Our team
By
only told us such
our
little
team on
information.
Twitter.com that we call them Explore.
All right, boys. Happy Juneteenth, new federal holiday.
Happy Juneteenth. That is
That's the
indeed
day
a
of
thing
recording,
now.
not the day of uploading, but
Yes.
that's the day for us.
It's I felt really weird about it because one big thing about Juneteenth that I saw, I didn't entirely know what was happening this morning when I woke up and saw a lot of people talking about like, oh, you know, I want to not do anything today. I will not be doing something today to make way for Black content creators. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But I'm not sure what's really going on. And I saw that one way to kind of ensure not celebrate, but partake respectfully in the holiday is to try and like not do anything to make way for like people of color who are doing things, like specifically African Americans who are doing things on that day. So I felt really kind of guilty when I woke up this morning and saw that I had set the episode last week to go up today because I missed the upload yesterday. So that was no bad intention there. I was just trying to hold myself to a standard, and hold this show to a standard, and that was just a little bit of poor planning on hindsight. So
Yeah.
apologies for that.
Of course. It's nice that you had those intentions, though. But yeah, it's cool. We already have an Independence Day for July 4th in America, and now Juneteenth is the Independence Day for the other half of the country.
Yeah, it's cool.
Essentially. Yeah,
It's-
I mean, they also got to make Election Day a holiday,
Is it not?
and
It's
no,
not.
people have to like, because people don't get work off on that day. So like, a lot of people can't vote, that kind of shit. But
didn't know
no,
that.
it's definitely a step in the right direction.
Absolutely. There's still a lot of work to be done. But cheers for the boys.
I got
know.
gummies. I don't have a drink.
Don't chug gummies. We need you conscious for this podcast.
Yeah, no, so it's a very important day, but I'll
Yeah.
be honest, I didn't really have much to say about it other than because everything's really already been said.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Although
So,
tomorrow
Oh.
is Father's Day as well, which that's
Well,
also exciting.
yeah. Sorry, my brain broke.
It is Father's,
Father's
Day.
Day.
Jesus, the delay is insane.
It's yeah. Well, is it? Wait. Is it
Tomorrow's
Father's Day?
No, tomorrow.
Okay,
Oh,
you confused me so much because you said it is, but it's tomorrow. Bird.
Happy
Okay,
Father.
sure.
Happy.
Happy Dad
you,
Day.
Father.
Happy Father-teenth.
Father.
Father.
Father Teenth.
Is that disrespectful? I didn't mean for that.
Sure.
No, we're good.
It's not disrespect if it's in the sense of comedy. So
Killing the world with comedy, bro.
yeah, it's fine. So, are you guys doing anything special for Father's Day, or are you just kind of chilling?
Swam.
I mean, I got my dad a gift. I
Yeah.
think we're baking a cake for him.
Oh,
We might either make dinner or go out for dinner. The
Well,
issue with going out for dinner from like my dad's birthday or Father's Day is that we're still gonna be using his money.
it's fine. It's
Yeah.
his money with a better drive behind it. You know.
Actually, I'm pretty sure at this point my sister and mom could pay since they have like jobs. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
What about you guys? Rest of you.
I've
Cook
got
out by
one.
the pool.
I've got. What about a pool? What?
I'll just cook out by the pool. That's what we're doing. So,
Oh, I thought you just said gotta buy a
What?
pool,
Ooh.
and I was like, what the fuck?
yeah.
Cook out by the pool? Hell yeah. Jonah, well, you're out of town still, but is there
Yeah,
anything you're
I'll
trying to
call
do? Yeah, okay, that
I'm gonna
works.
FaceTime my dad tonight.
Yeah.
So, I decided to do a little bit of covert ops earlier today. So not only did I go to the store, buy him a big ass bag of fudge brownie M&Ms and a card as well, but I also, so for a little bit of background, he is, he's very not busy, but he's a working man. But when he's not working, he likes to go on his computer and play a game called Asphalt 9. I can't remember the subtext of Asphalt, or like that game specifically. Jonah just pogged.
Asphalt 8 Airborne, bro. The
Was
car
that-
racing game?
Yeah, he plays the newest one, Asphalt 9,
Bro,
on
I
his
played
computer.
Asphalt 6. That game was the shit.
Dude,
So,
I wish I could play it now, but the game's like 4 gigs.
really? Oh god.
I would play it on a tablet.
Yeah, so I think it was originally meant for mobile devices because it still like has the ability to give ads, just like a freemium game on a phone. But my dad plays it on his computer, and growing up, you know how I talked a while back when we were talking about like nostalgic games and shit like that. I brought up Need for Speed Underground. Well, Underground is nostalgic for my dad too, because back in the day he used to have the whole setup. If you guys want to, you wonder why I'm such a fucking gamer, it's because my dad was my father before me started the lineage, right? He had it all. He had the fucking steering wheel set up, he had the pedals, he was treating it like a real fucking racing game. Need for Speed Underground for the computer. And he plays Asphalt 9 now because it's free and it's just, quick. He does it when he's not working. So I decided to be a little bit cheeky, I guess. I went onto his computer today. I pray to God that he's not home right now and can't hear me because he should still be out with my mom today. But I got onto his computer, which was completely open. I installed Steam for him and made an account, and then using my card I bought him Need for Speed 2015, and then immediately set up a couple settings so he wouldn't be able to notice until tomorrow. But even tomorrow he's not going to be home for a while because he's going to be at a NASCAR race here in Nashville because NASCAR just decided to use that speedway again. But yeah, I bought my dad fucking Need for Speed, and for
That's dope.
I figured out Underground for the PC is $40 on Amazon, but it's still the physical copy because it was 2003 and they didn't know what technology was yet. So for his birthday in December, I'm getting a phone call from my mother, but for his birthday in December, I'm going to get him and I copies of Underground for the PC.
Can I answer that phone call on the podcast right now? Put it on speaker.
Hang on.
Hey,
Hello? Hey, what's up?
can you come let me in?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love you.
All right, well, I'll be back, guys.
He's bringing his dad to the podcast, right? That's what's happening.
I guess.
Bet.
So, Brandon,
Oh yes.
you trying to start this story?
We talking about Kevin now.
Of course.
Okay.
Different
So-
story now, guys.
Yep. A few days ago now, I was on my way to pick Neil up since we live very near each other to come to just hang out. But then I pull up to his house and I see this tiny little what's it, dog. I'm not sure what fucking breed it is, but
It's tiny little
animal.
dog.
Thing, puffball.
It looked like a Shih Tzu.
It's Shih Tzu. Yeah, it was black and white, and it was being followed by this big ass deer. It was just fucking sniffing at him and squaring up. And the elves comes out and he's just like, "What the fuck's going on?" And we just see him like interacting, and then 1 minute to the other, this deer just fucking squares up and like fucking tries to jump on this dog. So we just walk up to it and it just runs off.
It was like he was flexing on because the dog's hind leg was like hurt or something, so it couldn't run. It just seemed like the deer was flexing on the dog. It's like, see, you
Yeah.
can't do this. You can't run like I can.
It was terrifying and kind of funny at the same time. But yeah, we weren't sure what to do because we didn't know if it had an owner or anything. It didn't have a leash or anything. So we got some water, but it didn't really want any water because it was, I guess, scared because you could feel like shaking. So we decided we take it to my sister's house since she has a few dogs and stuff. We can give it food and water and let it calm down for a bit and see what to do. And on the way there, the elf was holding on to him, and we decided we're gonna call him Kevin because he looks like a Kevin. Actually,
It really did look like an actual Kevin, though.
I
Send
have
the
a few
photo to
pictures,
Gab to pull it
and
up.
we'll probably send it to Gab so he can put it up. So, picture of Kevin. Look how cute it is, man. He's just so cute. He's so fluffy.
I know.
Man.
He was great, Kevin.
How can you not love that face? You know,
Yeah,
it's just gives the
it was-
Kevin vibes.
It was obviously like pretty scared, but it didn't really have the ability to run, so it wasn't like it didn't try to run, and it wasn't very aggressive with us, so it was easy to handle. But it was
Yeah.
pretty sad because, like, yeah, at my house, he tried to like walk into this like little like ditch I have in my backyard, and it just slipped and fell down there because it couldn't walk too well. When Brendan or whoever put it down on the floor in his sister's house, it just immediately like flopped on the ground because it couldn't like it was too slippery.
Yeah. So, well, we were in my sister's house or whatever, and gave it some food and some water to see what if it eat some. It didn't eat like the typical like just pellets or whatever of like dog food or anything, but it did eat some ham, and some water, and then he just chilled for a bit. So then we took a few pictures. We posted up on Facebook to see if anyone would respond to what to do, because all the shelters were closed, and so he's like, and we wanted to see like if anyone would claim him first, especially because I was talking to my sister and some other people who was like, well, it looks pretty beat up because it's like covered in leaves, it's limping, and it was like around the deer, so we thought like the deer like dislocated something. What's up, Jonah?
Yo, what's up?
Oh,
Oh
nice lack of delay.
Are we done?
no, we're talking about Kevin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, we were talking shelters and everything. It was like, well, he looks pretty beat up. So, the most you could probably do is just like put him down. And we're like, no, Kevin. But luckily, later on in the day, like towards the night, the owner saw the post on Facebook and came to get it. And she was like crying and all happy, and the dog was just like curled up in her arms, which was cute. But, and then we realized the dog's name wasn't actually like Kevin or anything, or a guy. It was actually a girl, and his name was Fiona,
He up and
Which was-
left.
which is the biggest disappointment because he just gave
It
chills
emanated
Kevin
Kevin.
it just
Kevin.
Wait, what?
What?
Did you hear Jonah's voice?
Kevin.
He
Kevin?
already he left the Discord. How can I still hear?
No, he's
Am I not back? Yo, what's up? I'm
I
back.
heard
Yes,
Jonah
you-
joined back, but hey, here's
And
my
here's-
Oh,
dad.
yeah.
here's your dad.
What?
Got
Oh,
the beard. That's by my
yo.
dad for Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy pre
Hello,
Father's
everybody.
Day.
How are you?
You can't hear them. Take that.
No.
Sit down.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
We're
Doing
doing
well, how are
good. How are you?
I'm great. Hey,
Sit down. Man.
Happy early Father's Day.
well, thank
Happy
you.
early Father's Day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Ah, fits
This is
in.
insane. Big,
So, what are you guys up to? Just
We just-
like
we
just telling
talk.
stories.
Telling stories.
so. Let me tell you a story. So we're out riding the jet skis today, right? And his mom likes to go fast. So she goes blowing through Nashville on the Cumberland River on a jet ski at 70 miles an hour the whole entire way. I mean, it was like so cool, so much fun. And I just let her go. And I was like, yeah, I'll catch you when I get there. So
Sorry,
Got any cool stories? Any wisdom?
I wasn't really sure.
any
Any
words
dadisms?
of wisdom, any dadisms? Yes, never buy used corn.
I knew I got that from someone.
Let's see, what else is there?
She couldn't talk. She couldn't talk any more shit if her mouth was full.
Yeah, you couldn't say shit if she had a mouthful. But that wouldn't sink in a minute. Let's see. We water the grass just to cut it. That was my dad who told me that years ago, and I was like, man, yeah. Why do we do that? So anyway, I don't know. There's to come up with them off, on the spot is kind of hard. They just come to me naturally. That just fit whatever situation that we happen to find ourselves in, and they just come out. Like never wear a white shirt when you're eating all you can eat ribs at the Sizzler.
Like that one.
Yeah. I don't know. That's about all I got right now. Like I said, it's hard to come up with them on the spot.
Hell, that's more than.
No, you did great.
We have the source himself giving the very dadisms we wanted to talk about.
Right?
So I hear you're a father. What is that like?
Well, you know what? I hope that you all I'm sure you will. And when you do, the moment you find out you're going to be a father, your life changes. It's like, holy cow, I'm responsible for this. But it's I'm responsible for a human life. I'm responsible for making sure that it's loved and nurtured and taken care of. And, it's every day I wake up and even at this age, having 3 grown children and 2 grandchildren, I still am blessed to experience that. And, it's pretty awesome.
Oh, that was
Man,
great.
that
Hold up,
was
man.
great. I was not expecting an answer like that. That was great.
Well,
Tell
it's
Gib
got,
he should be happy to have a dad like you.
they said that you are spoiled rotten and that no, and you should be. That's how I feel about it. Yeah, because as a father, you always want your children to have better than you did, or better than
Exactly.
yeah.
I see so many people complaining. It's like, wow, this generation had so much easier than us. It's like that's the goal.
Well, and you know what? It's okay when it comes to my children that they had it easier than me, but not everybody else's. They should have to work for it like we did. So
Yeah.
Good kids earn their way to the top.
right, yeah. My kids were just born there. So anyway, can I go take a shower now, guys, and get cleaned up?
No.
Your father's gonna
No.
Father's Day gift. Ooh, bag of M&Ms.
big ass bag of fudge brownie M&M.
Fudge brownie M&Ms.
A card that you can read later, and
Okay.
then context to that card after you read it.
Okay. So let me just say, if you've never tried fudge brownie M&Ms, you are missing out because these things are like candy-coated crack. And
Jonah's lactose intolerant, so it might kill him. But
Is it worth it?
We're here for a good time, not a long time.
well, I will eat your
Exactly.
share. How's that?
Yeah.
So don't you worry about it. I don't want you dying. So I will make sure that you don't eat any of these. So thank you guys for having me on, and I will be watching as I always do. I am a subscriber, and it's you guys are hilarious. Just to sit around and talk the way you guys do, keep it up. You guys are gonna. A lot of people are really gonna start taking notice. These guys know what they're talking about. Sometimes.
That's what we're shooting for.
Exactly.
That's the goal, right? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. See you.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Everybody give a round of applause for Geb's dad.
Let's go.
Is my audio good?
Oh, this is heart-wrenching. This is beautiful. This is wholesome.
I could
shit.
never have my parents on the podcast.
Same.
Well, that was my fucking dad, everyone.
White
That's
parents,
great.
man. That's
Go save some M&Ms for me.
I'll let him know after he takes his fucking
Wait,
shower.
so he actually listens to this podcast?
Yeah. I
So
told
he's
him.
heard the your mom jokes we've made. Oh shoot!
There's not your mom jokes aren't just your mom. It's just
It's our mom.
all mom.
It's
the
our
collective,
mom.
the
collective
concept
mom.
of a
collective
mom.
mom.
It's more than just your mom. It's the mom.
Hey, is my audio good? Quick
yeah.
check.
It looks delicious
Okay,
now.
I went into the thing and like resetted all the voice settings, so hopefully it's good now.
We'll see.
Yeah, but cool.
Oh yeah, Brendan, did you finish talking about Kevin?
I mean, yeah. He said Kevin got home to his family. His name was
family,
Kevin.
quote unquote.
I guess family.
Yeah, be careful not
Yeah,
to
really,
misgender
they
the
let him
dog.
out. Yeah. Kevin got out because there's some people like working on the air conditioning or something, or going in and out of the house, and Kevin just like waddled out somehow or something.
How long was
Oh,
Kevin out
like-
for? Was it just that day, or was it like a lot?
I think it was
Excuse me.
just that day. I wasn't there when the owner came up to get it because we left him at my sister's house.
Got you.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin looked real banged up for just one
Yeah.
day though. He was dirty.
Yeah, he was. But I mean, it is like a hilly, like dense,
Yeah.
like part of town. So, and then being followed by a deer,
Yeah. Felt bad for him because like when he was in my backyard, there's one part where there's like a brick stairway that's just like a couple inches above the rest of the grass, and he couldn't like make it up it.
Yeah.
So he
Was like-
wasn't too well.
Which is weird since he like got out in a way because he couldn't really run. He could walk fine for a little bit, but then he'd just be back.
And he obviously didn't know where he was because he would just pick one direction, go,
Mhm.
then pick another direction, or like backtrack and stuff. But he found his way home. She found her way home.
Yeah, since Kevin's actually Fiona.
No,
Plot
Kevin's
twist.
Kevin.
Kevin, but it's Kevin. It's Kevin for the podcast. We're keeping
Real-
the same
It's Kevin for us.
Realistically, it's Fiona. Spiritually, it's Kevin.
There we go.
Ideally, it's
Also,
Kevin.
Editor
Kevin
note
in another life.
for editor. I'm going to send you a few pictures of Kevin.
I
and
was gonna ask you about that after the show. So
And there's
awesome.
a point where I talk
should
about
pull
how
up
cute Kevin is.
My gift for my mom's birthday is here. I gotta make sure nobody gets it.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Go.
Yeah. We've already had like people leave, so it's good. Okay, he deafened. So. All right. Well, shit. Sorry, I'm still just a little bit like in awe right now.
Dude, that was great.
Oh, that was
That was
wholesome.
great.
I didn't.
We gotta have
I
him on
didn't-
longer than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
He probably would have. He would have been down to be on a lot longer if he didn't just. He just got back home. Like
Yeah.
my mom called me because they just got back home. So,
Yeah.
and he had a decent amount of fun. So he's feeling good.
Yeah, driving down to Nashville on a jet ski. I mean,
Yeah, flooring it. John, did you just freeze or are you just like posing like that?
he's
I'm
posing.
posing.
Okay, cool. I figured because you are a model, so
Yeah. I am
audio
on the
listeners,
task.
don't worry about what I just said.
All right, bag secured.
Back secure.
Let's
What'd you get to your
go.
mother? If you were willing
I got her a fancy yoga mat,
to fancy
like a
it.
Zai.
Nice.
She does yoga. Yeah,
Is it just fancy as in like the brand, or is it like
there's design on it.
heat worn
Ooh,
like heating element? Or
eating element.
Yeah, I don't know.
The,
So yoga
the-
mats be expensive, so I did the best I could under
Is it pink?
circumstances.
What color is it?
Would you believe I don't remember?
I
I
would.
do believe that.
Hey, keep talking. Keep talking.
Yeah,
Oh.
so
Remind
I just saw. Oh, that was the thing that was killing my productivity this week, and why the episode came out the way it did. E3 was a thing that happened.
Oh yeah,
Oh, shit.
Video game
Yeah.
conference. Did you guys see anything about that?
I saw a few
No.
A
things.
bit. I watched
this
Danny
year was,
Brown react to it.
This year's been
Rapper
like
extraordinaire
the least
Danny
involved
Brown.
This year's been what, Brendan?
like the least involved I've been in like E3 and everything.
I think I stole your
Same.
involvement because I was paying way too much fucking attention.
Oh yeah, usually
Before-
I'm all for it, but I just didn't care as much this time.
I'm pretty sure the day before we recorded the last episode was the Ubisoft Summer Games conference, and I was watching that, or it was someone. I was reacting to Chris Raygun because I like watching him. He was watching, I think, Ubisoft and, or no, it was Xbox and Square Enix. I can't fucking remember. All I can say. Oh, that is
Yo,
a nice looking rug.
That's nice.
That's
pretty.
really cool.
It's a
yeah.
yoga mat. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
Rug,
Sorry
right.
for
It's,
audio
it's,
listeners.
yeah, describe it real quick.
It is like a gray background with a green like floral
Yeah.
kind of like
Like imagine a henna design for like
Yeah.
Indian people.
yes, like a henna design in like a lime bright green.
Yeah, I keep calling it a rug because it looks that pretty, right? You don't
Yeah.
think that you wouldn't think you would be doing yoga on that kind of mat.
Bro, I'm trying to do some yoga now. Hold on.
I'd be down.
Right now, I'm fucking some-
Nah. We'll save that for the yoga episode.
The yoga cast
The boys try yoga.
instead
I
of the
put
yogs,
yoga.
instead of the yogs cast, it's a yogs cast. So yeah,
I've heard
E3
that
was
name
a
a
thing
long
that happened, and it was honestly the ones that I saw were not very disappointing. But I also did not see. I only saw like Xbox, Square, which was the one I was not interested in at all, and Nintendo. And Nintendo was fine. I don't really care, but it was cool to watch with friends.
Xbox was pretty good this year, wasn't it?
Xbox, yeah,
Because they had a lot of excuses
they-
since they had
yeah,
Defenda,
well-
whatever it's called now.
they did that, but they also had like they talked about 30 titles, and a lot of them were indie stuff, but like still 30 games that they were talking about, and 27 of them are coming to the Game Pass.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool. But they also like they talked more in depth about Halo Infinite, which I'm excited for, and I now have a reason to
Yes.
be excited for. And Battlefield 2042 they talked about, and I now
Oh, yeah,
have a
that was-
reason to be excited for, because it used to be it's always no game, no hype. Those is the rules. Lyle Rath taught me that. But we now have game for both of those games, both of those games. So I'm excited. Guess we can just knock that one off the list. That was easy. Is there anything that you wish is there anything that you wish you would have seen or heard from regarding E3 this year? Also, audio listeners, sorry, I forgot to turn off a setting, so now you can hear people join and leave. That's cool. It's more authentic that way.
I don't know. I guess I'm just because you're usually every year I'm like, oh yeah, E3, the cool like fucking what's his name, Phil Spencer,
Phil
coming
Spencer,
in,
yeah.
all the cringy shit happening. It's like, but I don't know. I feel like I didn't have to watch it because like everything, I knew everything would just be like, just pop up on my feeds and stuff. So I just see it eventually, anyways. Because I mean, I feel like part of E3 is just seeing people like stutter and be stupid on stage doing cringe stuff, or seeing the crowds and all the lights and everything.
You gotta love all the like content creators that they used to bring up on stage that just wouldn't give a shit at all. Like there was I can't remember who the fuck it was, but there was that one dude, bro, that just came up and was talking about like a racing game, and he couldn't get like any of the details right at all.
Oh yeah,
I remember that being really...
Forza in Mexico.
Yeah,
now.
it was Forza.
It's always Forza.
Dude, okay, I will say, I did enjoy the Xbox show. They spent so long talking about Forza at the very end of the show, and I get why they saved it for the end, because it was like a 20-minute chunk of just fucking funny car game.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
But then
I saw a little bit of it.
Yeah, and it looks cool. It looks really impressive.
Yeah,
but it's a long time.
I want Tokyo. I want Japan.
Back.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Back.
You back?
My computer started breaking out.
Okay.
It wasn't a Wi-Fi thing. You know how like laptops have a light next to the camera, next to the webcam? Yeah, it was flickering.
I've never seen that before.
Even when I left Discord completely.
Oh.
Well, I'm glad you're back.
Well, shoot.
Yeah.
What's the next topic?
What did you talk about? What did I miss?
About
E3.
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 Oh shoot, Elden Ring exists, guys.
Elden Ring is a thing that exists, and I have no
Halo
clue what
Infinite
it is.
exists.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Halo, and I'm excited for Battlefield. Those are the main
I'm
two
excited for Elden
things.
Ring, dog. That trailer looked good as hell.
I don't think I watched the Elden Ring. Was that on the Xbox show?
Same.
I don't know. I just saw the trailer separately.
Okay.
But it looks real good. It looks really good.
I've heard a lot of people say it's good. I heard a lot of people say
Sea of Thieves.
that's fucking cool. That's something I don't even play Sea of Thieves, but just seeing him there was really fucking. I just thought it was cool.
Also, Breath of the Wild 2.
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, that got a little bit of news.
I need to play the
There's
first
a
one.
Switch character.
Zelda
Well, I mean,
fucking
not Switch,
dies.
Smash. Was there a new Smash character or something?
There's Tekken.
Tekken Man, Kazuya, I think is his name. I can't
In the
remember.
trailer, he tossed a bunch of Smash characters into a.
They finally
all the
killed off
Tekkens are
Captain
on Game
Falcon
Pass.
and announced him as a dead franchise along with Kid Icarus. And I guess
Aw.
ARMS, if we're going by that logic.
Was ARMS a franchise though? It was just one game that everyone forgot about.
People talk about the idea of an ARMS 2 sometimes, but I'm not entirely sure.
Mhm.
Is there anything you were gone for this as well? Is there anything that you wish you would have heard about this year?
The who made Dishonored? That studio.
I don't know.
What are they called?
Some Bethesda
Arcane,
sub studio.
Yeah. That one. They talked about another game a while ago, like Death something. That looked really cool, but it was like some weird time thing mixed with Dishonored kind of feel.
Death Stranding.
No. Fuck you for that. But I wanted to see that because I haven't heard anything
Gives
on
me
it. So unless someone can tell me that they just like killed it and that is gone, but
I think I know what you're talking about. I was thinking
unless
It's
it's just
that
a myth when
one-
it came out, or
it was
just,
is that the game that's a sequel to a game from a long time ago?
I don't know. I remember seeing it. I think a year or so ago.
I remember
I thought it was
hearing about some game. I can't remember what it was. And it looked like a futuristic kind of game, but not like it was further than cyberpunk future. It was like more space future kind of. And I can't remember what it was called, but I think it was either Ubisoft or EA presentation that was talking about it, and it was a sequel to a game from several years ago. And everyone was talking about it and saying it looked cool, and there was even some like development footage of it being
Psychonauts
released.
2.
No.
I'm excited for that though.
That is a thing. That is a thing that is real. But I can't remember what it. I'd have to look it up and put the trailer in like a title card if I find it. If I don't find it, sorry.
What would I like to have seen? Metroid Prime 4. I've never played a single Prime game, but I would have liked to get into it through something.
That would have been nice, but I think we're making some progress. Deathloop could have been cool to see too.
That's what I was talking about. Deathloop.
Yeah.
Deathloop. Yeah, okay. Deathloop's a Sony thing, and Sony doesn't do E3 for some reason.
Well, I saw it before. And plus, Xbox owns Bethesda. And, Arcane is part of Bethesda, isn't it? Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is now, which is why they were announcing a whole bunch of Bethesda things at the Xbox show.
Yep.
Um,
All the Fallout 4 stuff. Oh, Fallout
76,
76.
the game that no one likes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit,
Jonah
definitely.
is-
Now I know it.
Yeah, Jonah, is there anything that you would have wanted from like E3 or something this year?
I don't think so. I've been out of the video game mindset for a minute. I just want to play Breath of the Wild. Is like my main video game goal. But Oxenfree 2, that's what I'm waiting for, bro.
That too.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah, you have a valid reason to not really like give a shit about video games, so I'd say that's probably fair.
He's living life.
Like, don't have my
you're
Xbox.
fucking drumming for a living. That's
And-
sick.
You're right.
An obvious thing that doesn't really even need to be brought up is just any Valve game.
Pain. I'm happy we got some news about some talk about Back for Blood. I'm okay with that.
Left 4 Dead 3.
Yeah, well, I would if it had more character. But we got some news on Back for Blood, and that's cool. Josh said yeah, what's up?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Well, Josh said he pre-ordered it already, and I went ahead and apologized for him because the game looks cool, but I don't feel confident in it enough to go ahead and pre-order it. I'm still a little skeptical on it. But if it ends up being good, I will get it and play it and have fun with it because I had primarily fun with the beta the alpha that they released like last summer. I thought was cool, but it definitely needed some work and some character, some intrigue, because it felt like a very hollow clone of Left 4 Dead as opposed to a spiritual successor, because all the enemies looked very samey to me. It was instead of, I don't know, Left 4 Dead always has, like, you know, you think of a boomer and it's like, oh, fat zombie, blue shirt. You think of like a hunter and it's like, oh, skinny little zombie in a black hoodie. And all these like different visual aspects. But then when you talk about Back for Blood, to me it was just like, oh, varying size zombie, big arm is a club, but it's still red and gray. You know? So I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But that will be the hill that I not die, but probably get wounded on at least.
The hill that I get knocked over on.
Fucking everyone's
was gonna say,
gonna leave once.
Sorry.
No, it's good. It's
Everything
good.
froze and it was delayed.
It's good. It's good. You're good.
Oh yeah, also Overwatch 2, other than that one Baptiste skin.
I got that skin though because of fucking the funk.
There's been a little bit of Overwatch 2 stuff released. I saw something about Rio de Janeiro a while back. They've been doing like their own separate videos. They haven't really been showing up at any games conferences. So I'm not entirely sure what they're up
a
to.
teaser
Outlaws
for the new.
Trials.
Oh yeah, Outlaws Trials.
Outlaws
that's another one.
Trials! That
That's
would
what I
have
was
been
gonna
great
say.
to see.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah, who knows how long that'll take.
I don't know, man.
A teaser for the new Kendrick Lamar album would have been good. Can you imagine they
Where's my
tease at
E3
E3?
Kendrick Lamar performance?
That would be fucking sick though.
That would be.
Teasing an album at E3.
It's fucking metagaming.
The girl that likes me back would have been cool to see.
You're reaching too deep
Oh.
now.
Further topic
You're
from
right. Things that don't exist.
new Tyler.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
June 25th,
Lumberjack.
new Tyler the Creator album, and I
We can
haven't
talk
heard.
about that next week.
I haven't
Oh, yeah,
heard
yeah.
Lumberjack yet, but I plan on when the full album releases, I'm gonna binge the whole album.
Of course.
because I mean you have to, right? It's Tyler.
As an album should be listened to. Yeah.
Yes, Tyler the Creator is doing things for those out of the loop, and we are pretty avid fans of Tyler the Creator, I'd say. So we prepare for us to not shut the fuck up about it for a while.
If it's good.
Yeah.
If
Also,
it's good.
bad.
If it, yeah,
So if it's bad.
Also, if
But
it's
if
bad.
it's mediocre, then
yeah, if it's mediocre though, this will be like
Tyler the Creator releases The Big Day Part 2.
stop. Don't do it.
the big creation.
I love my husband. I love my husband.
I love my guy. I love my guy.
For him, it would be no. For him, it wouldn't be that. It would just be Ayo.
Ayo, I'm playing with the baseball with my boy.
I love my guy. I love my guy. Ayo. But yeah, Lumberjack was nasty. It was nasty as fuck. It was grimy.
Yeah.
I heard a clip of it. It sounded pretty good from what I could tell. But I'll
Yeah.
have to listen to it again.
Looks like he's
This is
sticking to his infamous synths. Because that man uses his synths like every song, but like in different
He
ways.
knows what works. It's his little it's his gimmick, his shtick of
Oh,
sorts.
there's one lyric in the song I just want to mention real quick. It's "Tell Drake I got a milli for him."
Oh.
Which first off might be a reference because Drake apparently requires $1 million for a feature, but then there's the more obvious one
the
of Millie Bobby Brown.
mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh fuck, that's a thing.
But yeah, we'll talk about that once we listen to it. Because our next recording should be
Yes.
after it comes out.
Our next recording is scheduled for fucking
The
26th.
the 26th, the day after it comes out.
Yeah.
Also, it's our next guest episode. I have a plan for that. Jonah was scared. It's our next guest episode. We will be talking about it after the episode, after this recording, unless we want to talk about it now. I'm not sure.
What do you
if
mean?
that's,
This is
like-
already a guest episode. We had a dad on.
You
This-
know what?
this
Yeah,
episode
that's
will be-
fair. That's fair. This is a guest episode. My fucking dad was on this recording, and my mom. Both my parents just showed up. So
Your mom was here? I missed it?
the phone call.
Oh, the phone, yeah.
Can I just say, I got down there and was just like, "Oh, by the way, congrats, you're a guest on the on the podcast now." And she's like, "Oh, am I? I'm so sorry. I had no idea." So she was to anyone who didn't want to hear my mom,
That's nice.
she's sorry to you. Go
If it was
fuck
my
yourself, I
mom,
guess.
she would have gotten mad. Like, you told me, you didn't tell me you were recording.
You called me.
Jonah's having problems. Does anyone else not see him?
Yeah,
he's just jumping
having
in and out.
he's having some
Yeah.
struggles.
But, speaking of video games, which I mean, we're not anymore. But speaking of video games, Scott Cawthon.
Oh,
Yeah.
sad news.
There's
Sorry,
some
just
sad
burped.
news. Mr. Cawthon is stepping down from the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise.
Yep. I say his action in stepping down. I understand where he's coming from. Jonah is back. We have
Yo.
Jonah.
Hi.
Hello.
Is this your phone now?
No, it's my laptop.
Okay.
Well, the audio is synced up again, so we're good.
Sweet.
But yeah, so Sir Cawthon, Scott Cawthon, is stepping down after his list of like political donations got leaked, and Twitter discovered that he was apparently donating to a lot of political people that supported anti-trans laws and rights and such, which of course is not, it's not a good thing, right? On the surface, that's like, wow, Scott Cawthon's kind of a
Not
really
something
fucking
people should really need to know, especially. If it's
yeah.
just really-
That's the other thing too. This kind of information should not be disclosed in the first place. I
It's
really,
personal
honest to
life.
God, I have no idea why he was doxxed other than the person saying that it was, or this person doing it, saying that it was a joke. Which is not fucking funny.
It's not a joke.
That's not a joke. They apparently said they were doing it jokingly, according to what I had seen. That's not fucking funny. In fact, since those two things are correlated, it's really not fucking funny, because that was released, Twitter got a hold of it and did the Twitter thing. I just found a washer on my floor. Maybe that's why my mic was having so many problems.
That might be important.
I'll fix it later. But so Twitter got a hold of it in the sense there's no age limit to be on Twitter except for maybe like 11 or 13 or something stupid, instead of like 18, which would make more sense. All these people started finding it, like sending him a lot of hate, doxing him, finding his house, and sending threats of murder to him and his pregnant wife. And so, naturally, that's not really a good reason to want to keep being on the internet anymore.
Yeah.
So congratulations to the youth activists of Twitter. You quite literally, not even bullied, but Scott Cawthon has been completely booted off of the internet and off of his own passion project because people disagreed with him. And side note, that money that was donated to a scam.
What?
So he didn't know that it was a scam from what I saw, because there are like, I'm in a couple other Discords that are talking about it. I know in Ian's server, Proxian, there's a whole chat dedicated to FNAF, like Five Nights at Freddy's. Sorry, I'm reading a lot of dumb fucking statements that people are making. On the opensecrets.org page, I noticed most of the donations were done on the same day, with just 2 the day before, August 18th to 19th of 2020. That by itself might not be weird or anything. What was weird was one of the donations that were to something called WinRed on the same day. So I looked them up, and not only did I find out that they're a political fundraising organization, but I also found out that they'd gotten into a bunch of scandals over the past year for basically scamming people into donating without their consent, just for donating once at first.
So people doxed him getting scammed. Possibly scammed.
Let me keep reading for a second. The stories read that the Trump campaign was responsible for auto-enrolling people into this WinRed thing, and they'd be billed daily, weekly, even up to the full month. There's fully proof of this, since this exact thing happened to a man with cancer on his hospital bed. Oh God. So back to Scott. If you look at donations to the Republican candidates, you'll see that they're all through WinRed. So if by any chance Scott was one of the millions of people affected by this, that would explain the spammy nature of the donations in the same day, especially the ones sent to the same candidate. It would also explain why this was the only time he donated to anyone in 2020. If it turned out WinRed used his money without his consent, like it did to hundreds of millions of people, it likely could have went on for more than 2 days if that's the case. So I'm assuming if this is all true, it was all canceled. So the problem with this statement is because when he released a statement on Reddit, which I sent to our Discord, he did say like he supports a couple of Republican candidates, but he also supports Democrats as well. There were a couple candidates, like he didn't entirely agree with them, but he liked what they were doing for the community, specifically for people of color in his area, and supporting them, making sure that they were doing well for just the community in general. So they threatened to kill his pregnant wife, and why? I don't understand.
There's people like that who give Democrats a bad rep. But there's a difference between activism and bullying.
And of course, there's no proof that it was actually a scam. But considering how that possibility is there in the first place, that thus makes it to where there's no proof that it was intentional. It cancels itself out. There's only one way to figure out, and that's from the source. But obviously, he's not going to fucking talk to anyone because the people who were talking to him were trying to kill his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And were throwing a
stupid.
bunch of hate. And then the day, sorry, it just really upsets me. The day after he announces, the day after I read that statement, and that he makes an official retirement statement on his website, then instead of Twitter trending with like "fuck you, Scott Cawthon," it then starts trending hashtag "thank you, Scott Cawthon," or "thank you, Scott," because it was the
stepping
people.
down, or
I think it was for just like all the work he had done on the franchise, and for like, I don't know. It probably wasn't the same people that were like, "Fuck you! I hope your family has a nice Christmas," going to like, "Oh man, really wish you wouldn't leave." Because that'd be a paradigm shift and a half. I don't think that was them. But I think it was just like another side of the table trying to be like, hey, good luck with retirement. Sorry it had to be this way. Thanks for everything. So I'm going to be honest. I don't try and... Opinions on this kind of thing are a very risky thing to put out onto the internet. Personally, I'm not entirely a fan of kicking off someone you disagree with because you disagree with him, and then threatening to invade his house that you managed to find and also kill his wife. I'm not really about that style.
Yeah.
But apparently it's for a select group of people called maniacs. But it's
No, I
whatever.
mean, there's a lot of people out there who are just so bored and not content with their lives. They have to find something to be mad at, pretend like they're doing a good thing by sending death threats with their life.
We've talked about like our fair share of like cancel culture and how we don't agree with it and how it just fucks people's lives up. No matter really the situation, even though some are like more harming than others. But it's the fact that he never posted any of this. This wasn't like something that was already out there that he was willing to share. It's something that was forcefully brought out, whatever
People were looking for it.
it was true. Yeah, no matter what portion of it was true, or if it was a scam or whatever it was something that people dug into his life, his personal life that he didn't want others to know, pulled it out and made fun of him for it, and fucking bullied him off the internet for creating, I guess, a successful franchise and kind of like a childhood memory for so many people, and then even something that created other people's careers. And now he's just like booted off.
Oh god, I just bumped my mic.
And especially because like he's done so much like without like having the mindset of like making money from it. It was just like, I want to do this. This is fun.
Yeah.
And he just created this big community, no matter what your opinion of it is, or like if you like the games or not, or if you feel like they're milked or anything. That's not really what the point is. It's just that it's a man's passion project, and it's ruined because someone dug in his life when they shouldn't have been, and you just kicked off for it.
I will say, there are some people who should be doxxed for their political beliefs, and by that I mean people at the Capitol riots, and they should only be doxxed to the FBI. So this is a bit too much.
Yeah, like if anyone's going to be doxing anyone, it should be professionals in the field who like that's their job. Of course, that kind of thing can't be trusted, but neither can a normal, like the average Twitter peruser. The average Twitter user can't be trusted to find someone's fucking house on the internet. And people do it all the time. They did it when we talked about it last week. They did it to Dream. They're doing it to Scott Cawthon. They did it to a third example that I swear to God I thought I had, but now I don't.
We're next.
I mean,
Fuck, don't say that. You're gonna bring their attention.
Yeah, but it's this whole like vigilante thing of like, oh, I'm helping, I'm making a better place, I'm doing something, but you're not. You're just taking
It's
away
the
their
same-
platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're just
from
making
what
them have more anonymity than they do. So it's even harder to find them.
The thing about it, right? What's weird to me, is that I was reading up a little bit on what was going on in that chat, and someone said that the doxing was accidental. How the righteous fuck do you accidentally find someone's house and then put it on the internet for savages to consume? I don't understand that point entirely, but you know, it's whatever. It's subjective, I guess. You know, to each their own. Fucking.
You guys hear about what happened to Tommy Innit?
No.
Yeah, he got bullied because he's
He's friends with Jay Schlatt. That's the only reason.
friends with Jay Schlatt, and then he was trying to get informed on Pride stuff on his stream, and instead of people trying to like actually be helpful to him, they fucking yelled at him and wanted him to be a political activist, and he's younger than we are.
He's not 18 yet. He's not even legal.
Yeah,
That's
And
how the
even if-
world works.
That's what I'm listening to right now.
even if he was our age, why should every creator be some sort of beacon of political activism? That doesn't make any sense. Why should Tommy Innit be speaking out about political injustice? He's not trying to fucking bring people into that world. He's trying to distract people from that because the world sucks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone's trying to do shit because we're trying to make light of things. Well, everyone, I can't really say everyone, but a lot of your favorite creators are trying to make the world better and make it happy. So why the fuck do you want to talk to them about the shit that sucks? I don't get it. I don't understand, man.
Some people just their efforts to be a good person are just too misguided. They think that they can help the world by forcing other people to say what they should be saying but are not. They're just putting off their work on someone else. Because I saw someone, this is a long time ago. This one streamer, I forget who it was, made an April Fool's Day tweet. It was just like, I'm pregnant and something else, blah, blah, blah. And one of the first responses I saw was like, you shouldn't be making jokes about being pregnant. Some women actually struggle trying to get pregnant. And I was like, since when pregnant jokes getting canceled?
Oh yeah, I thought I saw. I remember seeing that.
I don't understand. It's all just like, it's become walking on eggshells. You can't, people need to understand, like, you can't please everybody. So stop trying to. But also, stop trying to target people who aren't trying to please everyone. I don't even understand, like, what the fuck I'm saying right now. Like, this, it's just so confusing at this point. People aren't trying to please everyone, but then stop trying to make them out to be villains who are trying to upset everyone. That doesn't make any fucking sense. No one's making a joke about, like, oh, hey guys, I'm pregnant, ha ha ha, with the intent of being like, fuck pregnant women. I fucking hate pregnant women. Like, what the fuck?
You shouldn't make your mom jokes. Mothers are some of the most valuable people in the community. You're being really disrespectful.
You shouldn't make your mom jokes. I have two.
Hey, you shouldn't make... Oh, God. I can't. Ugh.
What time are we at?
That's how the world works. We're at minute 5, but subtract a few minutes because of the things and stuff. So, like, about an hour. I said a minute 5 again. You know what the fuck I mean.
Yeah.
If we could do like 20 more minutes.
Yeah, I'm down for whatever.
Valid. Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
my watch is
Alright, so
buzzing.
wrapping it up.
Underrated and overrated artists? Anyone?
Yes. Underrated artist, anyone?
Underrated artist?
I've got a
Okay, first
couple,
off,
but
No
go
resist.
ahead.
No,
Yeah.
no.
No, I can't wait until that
rabbits.
comes out and we can just like actually.
Bro, my mom straight up said, because I showed my family his single waiting room, and my mom straight up, because my mom one time freshman year drove him to my house, just those two, because I wasn't there, and she just straight up like, when he's famous, I'll get to tell people that I gave him a ride home once. But first off, I just want to say something someone who doesn't really fit into either category. It confuses me. Daniel Caesar. No
Dude,
one
he got
ever.
doxxed.
He did?
What?
Yes, he got canceled off the internet like 2 years ago.
What?
And I did not know this until I
Caesar?
saw something on. Yeah, okay, so I saw something on. I'm so sorry to like completely stray the conversation.
No,
but,
it's
like,
fine. This connects to the
I
last
saw something
conversation.
on. It was on TikTok because that's where I am. And I was like scrolling, and it's just a picture of him, and he's playing Best Part or whatever. And it's like, man, y'all really canceled the guy who wrote this song or whatever. And I was like, wait, did he get canceled? And I looked it up. He got canceled in 2019 or something, like
For
a while
what?
ago. Because apparently, like, he was simping after this girl basically, and she was white, and like a bunch of black people made fun of her or something. And he was like, y'all black people need to stop being mean. So everyone was like, oh, did he really just like call us black people or something like that? He was just like that he got canceled because he was defending these white women on behalf of like his own race or something, and then they didn't even like end up dating. But yeah, he got canceled. I did not know that. I love his music, so I don't care.
No, I was just gonna say. So nobody really talks about Daniel Caesar. Like the only Grammys ever
Apparently not
nominated
anymore.
for was
That's why
Best
now.
There's
Part.
why.
No, the only Grammys ever nominated for is Best Part, and that was still mainly like her getting nominated, not
Mhm.
Daniel Caesar.
Yeah.
He has 40 million monthly listeners on Spotify. He is the 30th most listened to artist on Spotify. That's more than Kanye West, but nobody talks about him, so I'm so confused. But I guess you just explained why.
Yeah.
Everyone still listens to him, but no one acts like they do.
No one
That's
acts
literally
like
what
he
all the
exists.
comments were like. It's like no one wants to say that they still listen to his music, but everyone does because it's good. And that's how it should be.
But yeah, you guys got any underrated / overrated artists?
I would say Theo Katzman is incredibly underrated. Like, yes, his albums are beautiful and his music is incredible. And he's like the Wolfpack guy. And I'm like, guys, stop. His music is completely different. What else? I'm trying to look through Spotify.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up my phone and be a bad host.
I would say that Saba's pretty underrated.
Yes.
Rapper extraordinaire Saba. Care for Me is a great album, very sad album. He doesn't get as much recognition as he should. Anderson .Paak was formerly underrated.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah, no, he's been.
now he's been
Malibu.
recognized.
Yeah, Malibu is like his debut album, which is my favorite album of him. And like
Yeah.
if Drake had made that album, it would have been fucking like beloved. Everyone would know it. But
Yeah.
nobody really nobody really knows that. People are starting to look back now because of Silk Sonic. But at the time,
Bro, Victor Wooten only has 100,000 listeners monthly.
That's crazy.
you gotta listen to any Weezer. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Overrated.
Bro. Wait, Victor Wooten only has 100,000.
Yeah.
Dude, the chick I was touring with has over double that.
What?
She's got 230,000 Spotify. Anyways,
What the hell?
Victor Wooten, underrated.
yes, he is incredibly because he like reinvented the bass, but no one's ever gonna talk about it because they only like MIDI bass.
I've got an interesting theory. So I want to kind of say, could we do like overrated albums as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Scorpion.
So fucking fuck Scorpion.
Spotify's child.
I'll
I've
say,
been listening to a ton of.
no, go ahead, because I'm still trying to figure out how
I've
to
been
say
listening
this.
to a ton of the 1975 recently, and they're pretty crazy. But I haven't heard anything about like people because they're British, so like no one here cares.
Not too many people talk about Sampha anymore. He's basically Giveon before Giveon joined the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie Gibbs is relatively popular, but not as popular as he should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have definitely gotten nominated for more Grammys. What else? Oh, that Ichiko Aoba, that Japanese
Yeah.
folk artist.
Yes.
She does. I sent Brendan this link. I don't think I told you, Jonah. Yeah, she has this live performance on YouTube. It's
Mhm.
her with a guitar sitting on this big ass rock in just like this nature setting with like fields and like mountains around her, and like the audience is just sitting on the grass watching her, and it's lit.
That's
But yeah,
dope. You need to send me
she's
that.
definitely super underrated. She made my favorite album of 2020, Winds Up Aiden.
Taylor Swift is overrated.
Yeah, Drake is. We said Scorpions overrated. Drake is overrated already. Take Care was good though, but that was like 9 years ago, 8 years ago.
All right, get ready for the controversy.
Oh,
Thoughts
boy.
on Olivia Rodrigo?
I haven't
I
listened to much of her.
Listen
I
to her
only
music.
know the one song. I only know
Yeah.
the one song that everyone says is Paramore.
I listened to that album Sour, and I was like, hold up, because I saw a theory that was like, apparently that whole album is supposed to represent like the toxic, like sour traits of the human condition. And
Okay.
it's like that could be crazy. That's genius. That's brilliant. If the
That's
entire
every
thing is
album.
supposed to like show that she's the problem and like she's manipulative and like toxic and stuff, if that's supposed to show that, that's incredible. And I was like, I heavily respect that. And I put that on my story, and all the people who like her music split up, and they're like, no, it's about her boyfriend. I was like, you literally just made her look stupid. I was like, you literally just turned it into a teenage heartbreak album. I was like, I was rooting for her, man.
I know
Haley
nothing
Williams.
It's like,
about her.
let's go.
Music.
Taylor
The
Swift.
entire
you
album is
said-
just about her ex.
Taylor Swift, you said is overrated. Drake is overrated. Ed Sheeran.
I feel like people are starting
That's
to
where I
kind
have
of.
to. That's where I have to stop you.
I think.
do
Whoa,
you
wait.
mean?
People are being too mean to Ed Sheeran, man. He tried. He
I said he's
consistently
o-
put out banger. He put
Overrated
out
doesn't mean
banger
bad.
after banger.
Yeah, I feel like.
No. I know.
Go ahead.
I just think he put out banger after banger after banger after banger, and then one day he just didn't make a banger, and everyone got mad, and then people stopped listening to him, and I haven't heard a
No.
banger since, dude.
Yeah, I feel like people started giving him kind of like the Imagine Dragons treatment. So many
Yeah.
people. It used to be
The
like,
AJR
oh yeah,
treatment.
yeah. It's
Oh,
like,
AJR.
oh man, fucking Ed Sheeran. He goes like, oh, Shape of You. But then like now people like
Can you clip that, please?
audio, audio listeners. I just fucking nay-nayed in 2021. Keep the spirit alive. So, but ooh, kill it. But now you don't hear about him anymore. Like everyone just kind of either shits on him or says nothing.
Yeah, no.
Jonah.
I'm be honest. I liked "Shape of You" until it became like the most overplayed song.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a good one.
Yeah.
Tones and I. She's the chick who made Dance Monkey.
Oh yeah.
I fucking hate that song.
I don't think I know that song.
It has like 2 billion plays on Spotify. For some
I
reason,
think I
like,
know what you're talking about. I think I know what you're talking about.
that song is garbage. She literally at the end of every single line, she voice cracks, and people are like, "Oh, such unique vocals." It's like, no, she's just cracking her voice, and she's just growling and shit. But like, it doesn't work for her voice.
Bro, Haley Williams solo.
Is underrated as
Underrated.
Underrated for
Underrated.
sure.
Underrated solo.
as it, because it's literally the same, like I would say at the same level as like Phoebe Bridgers, and everyone loves Phoebe Bridgers music. And I'm like, it's the same exact vibe, the same exact vibe. It's so freaking good.
If you like Saba, Mick Jenkins is pretty similar to him. He's also super underrated. Oh, fucking Leanne LaHavas.
Yes,
Yeah.
underrated for sure.
So underrated. She should be mainstream without doubt.
So it's time for me to pull a Geb, right? And talk about music that is a very niche market. I'll throw in my 2 cents. There's in the sense of like progressive metal, prog metal, and like prog rock stuff like that. There's a band that my dad introduced me to that I love and have loved for years. And it's a band called Circus Maximus. They're from Norway, and they have 4 albums, right? And I love that band. I think they're overrated as hell, or underrated. Sorry, underrated as hell.
Yeah.
That sounds really bad. No, I think they're severely underrated. I think their work is Circus Maximus. They do you can definitely hear a shift in their direction after their first album, and like every album after that, it feels like there's a shift, into more of like what they're wanting to do. But even their first album, I love. It's just their first album is good because it's intense. Second one is mixing into more of like it's getting a little bit softer, but it still keeps that intensity. Third one feels a little bit more almost like radio prioritized, but then fourth one is soft with that intensity again, but in a different kind of like mix. And I just love all their stuff, man. If we could, I don't know, Circus Maximus is like criminally underrated, and I really think that they should be given more of a shot. For anyone who likes progressive rock, progressive metal, that kind of thing, check them out. They're
Oh, they
amazing.
have 27,000 listeners on Spotify. Jesus, they are.
Yeah, they're very not popular. Very niche,
That's
I
fair.
guess.
Yeah.
But they're active on Twitter. They do shit, I don't know if they're working on a new album right now, but it's been, I think, 5 or 6 years since they released Havoc, which was their most recent one. But then they did Havoc Live. I don't know. I don't know what they're up to. I hope they're doing well. I wish them the best. I have a current theory about their music, but we don't need to get into that topic because it's just gonna make me feel even more weird.
Oh, I found another one.
Hmm.
Flipping. It is a rap group. The main vocalist is David Diggs, who most people will know as Jefferson, I think, from the musical Hamilton.
Oh,
And the band Clipping, really, like, if you listen to the discography, David Diggs is one of the best rappers of all time, at least, like, because it's kind of insane what he's able to do with his band without people like even noticing, like the sheer lyricism and stuff. I don't know. They're super underrated. Their last album was like horror themed. Rap, like extreme rap fans know them. Like extreme like underground rap fans know them.
gotcha.
But yeah, they're super underrated.
Another
I got an
underrated
underrated.
band. Yeah, well, I've got one real quick as well. Jonah actually
Go for
showed
it.
me this one, Lake Street Dive. I like
Yes,
their work.
dude.
I really like
I love
17.
Lake
That's the
Street
main
Dive.
song that I know of them.
Dude, that song's so good.
Shit, it's the one you showed me, and it's like,
Damn.
man, that's a good song.
Yeah, Lake Street Dive, because like all their songs is like kind of like on the folky side of things, and then they added a black guy to play keys, and then released the album which Hypotheticals is on, and that's like the funkiest album that I've heard in such a long time. It is just straight funk.
I'll have to check it out.
But like all their old stuff is, I love it so much. Their Tiny Desk is good. What I was gonna say is the Free Nationals, like as a band without Anderson .Paak,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
super super underrated. Their music is incredible.
Agreed.
See?
The Beatles, underrated as frick.
Underrated?
Yeah, I don't think enough people know.
So
Yeah, I agree with you.
you guys
Yeah.
fucking with BTS.
It's not for me.
Nah.
I listened to some Korean stuff before. I mean, it's
I haven't listened to too much Khalid, but I think he's overrated because I wasn't very impressed with what I've heard with him. His vocals seem too unenthusiastic.
Haven't heard of him.
Yeah,
All I've
there's one
heard from
song that's a
him is
friggin'
that.
bop.
Oh, you go ahead.
There's a song that's a bop because John Mayer's on it, but that's it. Like all the other music, yeah, it really does sound like unenthusiastic. He's like the 21 Savage of pop music. He just kind of sounds like he's about to fall asleep.
That's a good comparison.
Would you say, Jonah? Would you?
I got.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you got it.
Would you say, Jonah, that John Mayer is underrated?
I wouldn't. I would say he's perfect where he's at. I would say he's. I don't know. That's because like he's got a good fan base, so I can't really say that he's underrated. I think that more people should stop giving him crap.
He's got
That's not
16
really like an
million
underrated,
listeners.
overrated thing.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's
Gotcha.
fine where he's at.
I didn't know if
I
he was
thought-
considered underrated or not.
I thought of another overrated one.
Nah.
Da Baby.
Yeah,
Overrated?
yeah.
Overrated,
Overrated.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, his flow is just the same on every song.
Underrated is Frick, Bo Burnham.
Honestly, yeah.
I'm listening to the soundtrack right now.
Out
so.
of the normal like popular artists, I'll give Ariana Grande, Post Malone, The Weeknd, Billie Eilish, and Dua Lipa. I'll give them all a pass because I actually like them.
That's fair. Underrated.
Thundercat. Underrated.
Underrated
Thundercat.
Thundercat. Yep. A band called The Academic that I found a while ago. They make I don't know. They make like pop. I guess pop rock in a way. It reminds me of there's a band I like called The Cars, which again underrated, but they were big in the '80s, and their music reminds me a lot of them. But more like modern. I don't know. It appeases ape brain, so I like listening to them.
Yo, Brennan,
Yo.
you got any Christian music you think is underrated?
Oh shoot.
Just so we can
Yo,
appeal to
Gab.
that niche real quick.
Have you got any
I'm not
agnostic music you think is underrated?
What do you think about what's this? Is NF Christian?
NF?
I don't.
Oh.
I don't care about NF.
Don't bring up NF.
No.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. Dude.
There's a
I think
song
Maverick City. I don't know if you listen to like too much Maverick City, bro. Their music is underrated as frick. Just because I hate worship music, but like their music be slapping.
NF
Any
has a
Christian
song on
music-
I bought a shirt.
That isn't for worshiping is probably underrated.
Yeah.
NF has a song on
It's just
Spotify that
like
has over a
straight up
billion
vibe.
streams.
It's not Hillsong or Elevation or some shit.
Yeah.
If it's
Who's
just
listening-
music about like Christianity, then it's like, get out of here. Which is stupid.
Yeah.
Who's listening to NF a billion times? How does he have a song with a billion streams?
I have no idea, dude.
I can't really think of too many other people.
Tom Misch is underrated.
Tom Misch, yeah.
Incredibly.
Yep.
JID isn't underrated, but I swear one day he'll be seen as one of the greatest rappers of all time because Off D's isn't exactly the best example, although that song's lit, but that man is such a good lyricist.
Snarky Puppy's underrated,
Very.
but they also
very.
appeal to a niche
The main squeeze.
category of music.
Yes. I was
Yes,
gonna say
the
that.
main
I was
squeeze
gonna
is
say them earlier.
incredibly underrated.
Yeah. Did you see their cover of that one Led Zeppelin song a while? It was trending on YouTube for a bit, I think.
Did they do a new one? Because I know they did a Led Zeppelin like a while ago.
I think it was about a year
I
or so
forgot
ago.
which one. Yeah, I think I've seen it.
Okay. I still
pretty
need to I
sure.
still need to watch that, but it was on my I think I put it on my watch later, but I can't remember.
If you guys have not seen their cover of While My Guitar Gently Weeps, go do that after you're done with this, because it's
I'll put it in the
beautiful. I'm talking to the listeners too. You gotta listen to it.
I'll put a video card up.
Because it's like, you know how the actual
Sorry,
song
audio
has like a
listeners,
guitar
but-
solo that's super famous. Basically, they played that solo, and then the dude plays his own solo, and his guitar playing is just freaking incredible, and like you will cry at the end of it with the
Damn.
guitar. It's crazy. What y'all think about Coldplay?
It's
I don't hate
fine.
them.
I really have
Interesting.
nothing.
I-
I have.
I
I
think
have
the
nothing to say
jokes-
about Coldplay.
I think the jokes that clown on them are funny, but I think they're fine.
Yeah.
Because there's
I
that
love
one.
Coldplay. So,
Yeah. There's that one meme template. It's like Kendrick Lamar. It's like, yo, this album fire. Don't drop it. But and for Coldplay is like, yo, this shit boring as fuck. Drop it.
Drop it.
I think Corey Wong's underrated as frick.
Yes.
A little baby.
Cause he puts out a new album every month, dude, and he's got a talk show
What
on
the
YouTube.
fuck?
I don't know what's going on.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
he was grinding in quarantine. 12 months of quarantine, he put out 13 albums, dude.
God. I guess that's one way to
Insane, dude,
keep yourself
insane,
busy.
Dude. He's
I think he's kind
grinding,
of
bro.
oversaturating his own.
Yeah,
music.
I don't. That's the thing. I don't listen to any
How
of the
many
music anymore
how many
'cause, like,
songs
there's
can
so
you
much.
remember? How many of the songs can you remember from those 12 albums?
Yeah, not a lot.
Lil
But shoot,
Baby-
bro, for the people that like it.
Lil Baby's
You think
overrated,
he's
but he
overrated?
has gotten
Yeah.
better though.
Yeah.
And I might get hate for this because I really like J. Cole, but he's definitely overrated.
J. Cole is, yeah.
That's fair.
But it.
He's,
Yeah,
they compare him
well,
to
thanks.
Kendrick too much, but he's not as good as Kendrick.
No, yeah, because I see that all the time. It's like J. Cole versus Kendrick. It's not.
It's not a
It's
competition.
not.
It's closer than J. Cole
Let's
versus
just all
Drake. I mean, it's closer than Kendrick Lamar versus Drake because Kendrick Lamar fucking sweeps there, but
Yeah.
still Kendrick still beats J. Cole.
I
The-
think,
Wolfpack is underrated as frick.
Six
Wolfette, yeah.
The Broomsticks is underrated. Yeah.
underrated. So they got like 500 monthly listeners.
But their music be slapping,
Yeah.
dude. We need to get the Broomsticks on here, bro.
Honestly, I think I'm gonna make the argument and say Electric Light Orchestra, ELO. They're kind of underrated.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have a shit ton of listeners on Spotify. Don't get me wrong, but so many of them are just Mr. Blue Sky.
Yeah.
And there are other songs on like that album, I'm pretty sure, that are just so
other
much
songs in
better in
general,
my opinion.
I mean.
Yeah, there's other songs in general, like fucking Shine a Little Love, Turn to Stone, Sweet Talking Woman. I love, like, all of those are amazing. And Mr. Blue Sky is the only one that like sticks. Because it's used in memes all the time. Hey, what's up, Jonah?
Yeah. Yo, I gotta start wrapping it up.
Oh yeah.
okay.
We're at 128 right
Yeah.
now. So
Okay, yeah, then that's
Perfect.
perfect.
yeah.
Yeah,
If you guys have any
Uh,
closing comments, but
I don't really
Um,
know.
Late
I
Father's Day.
or I can
guess
just leave and you guys can keep it rolling. I don't have much. to
But
say.
yeah,
Nah,
How you guys
there's not
feel, how
really
you guys
much-
feel about Travis Scott?
I think he's underrated. Honestly, I like his music. I think his music's pretty good.
I don't know
don't-
enough about
he's-
him.
Even though he's
I think he doesn't
popular-
deserve the shit he gets, bro.
Even though he's incredibly popular on, I don't think he's necessarily overrated. Maybe a little bit, but like his music.
Maybe he's just fine where he's at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the production is definitely pretty insane. Oh yeah, and of course the producer Madlib these days doesn't get as much clout as he should.
Yeah.
But that's all I can
Alright.
think of.
Suppose we call it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Sick.
All right, I guess that's me. Thank you guys for watching, listening. We have fun here. Geb's dad, a special thank you to Geb's dad, special shout out.
Yeah.
Showing
Make sure
and
he's a
his mom,
feature,
dude.
bro.
Yeah, big searches. Yeah. But as times like these change, I hope one constant is that you guys stick with us. All right.
Thanks for being.
Peace out, guys.
Thanks for supporting us.
See ya.
And check out our social
Catch all
media
the
stuff.
flippity flip.
Love you guys. Later. Stay safe. Did it turn
What is
off?
KBPS?
kilobytes per second.
What does the bit rate of this channel mean? What does that do?
It's the
Change it.
if you lower the bit rate, it sounds like Xbox Live Party chat.
Go down to 8 kbps.
All right,
No. I was joking.
you wanted this.
Yo, you did it. Someone say
Oh.
something.
No, stop it. Stop it. Fix it. Fix it. Gab, fix this.
What did you say to me?
What if we crank it a little bit? Hang on. Okay, it's back to normal.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
it's back to normal. I want to try and crank it to 96 though.
it still sounds somewhat shitty.
Yeah,
But I think it's still taking its
getting
time.
there. It's getting
Okay,
there.
now it's good. Now it's good.